Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tim from OnlineTeacherDude.com and I'm filming this in my patio today. It is so stinking hot, but a change of scenery is always good. So this is my patio, and as many of you know, I live in Malaysia and the temperature today is 31 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it doesn't really get much cooler. We have two seasons here. One is rainy and the other is hot. Well, it's actually hot all year round, but it is definitely pretty hot today. So I'm going to keep this video short, and I want to talk to you about pivoting as an online ESL teacher and what else is out there in terms of online teaching opportunities. So let's get into it. I did a poll recently on my community page, and if you haven't checked that out, I occasionally post there photos, polls, questions, things that I'm wanting to update you on, and you can check that out. I'm gonna pop this screenshot up right here where I asked where you guys worked, and the overwhelming majority was VIPKid. I mean, this is one of the larger online ESL companies, and really the content that I was creating when I made this channel was primarily about VIPKid, and so that just kind of makes sense. But it does go to show that there are people in other companies and doing other things, and with the emergence of companies like Outschool and people wanting to teach things that they're passionate about, I thought this would be a good video to just talk about what I've seen shift in the last couple of years with online teaching. Yeah, there's a truck right there. Just wait for that to go. Before we get into the content of this video, please click subscribe, and please also hit the bell for notifications, because that will tell you when I upload a video. So I get dozens of emails every day from people who have watched my videos and are curious about other companies, especially now with how so much has changed with a lot of the online ESL companies that many of you work for. People are looking for other options, and people are wondering what else is out there. And so I'm going to bring you this video, which is going to talk about different ways that you can pivot within online teaching, and maybe one of these will be something that will resonate with you and something that you might want to explore. Okay, so one of the first ways and one of the more natural ways that online teachers tend to want to pivot or diversify their income is to add another secondary or third online ESL teaching company. So let's say, for example, you are with VIPKid. A lot of teachers will want to add a company like GoGoKid or Magic Ears or Say ABC or Bling ABC to diversify, right? To just add more security, and maybe they're chasing a higher base rate pay. I recently did a video over here all about how to increase your base rate pay if you're at the beginning stages of applying for another company. So please check that out. And you know, sometimes your base rate pay won't increase, but it's worth knowing that there are other options out there in terms of online ESL teaching, and definitely adding another company is a great idea. However, you are still bound by that company's policies, restrictions, and their tendency to want to cut pay or save money or limit incentives and those kinds of things. So just keep that in mind, that yes, it is a good idea, but you are still under that umbrella of being an independent contractor for an online ESL teaching company. Okay, another way to pivot or to move in another direction with online teaching is to work for a company that provides a sort of marketplace type situation of classes. Outschool right now is a very popular option for online ESL teachers because they allow you to teach what you want. I call it teaching your passions. And so Outschool is a platform that was initially set up for homeschoolers in North America and is now expanded worldwide, and they accept teachers from other countries as well. But they are a great option for teachers who are looking for something else because they provide daytime hours. Okay, so you're able to work more hours because of them, and you are able to set your own price. This is kind of one of the most incredible things about this, is that you really are able to, number one, teach the type of class that you want to, whether it's baking, yoga, knitting, sewing, talking about movies, girl chat, story time, all those kinds of different classes that you might want to teach. They don't have to be academic specifically, but you're able to set your own price. So the potential of making more money is really exciting. I did some searching to find alternatives to Outschool and to see if there was anything out there, and to be honest, there really isn't anything in the size and growth that Outschool has experienced that I can find. If you know of another alternative to Outschool, stick it in the comments below. I'm very curious. I did a lot of searching looking for marketplace type companies like Outschool that allowed you to really teach whatever you want. There are companies like italki and Preply. These are also marketplace type classes where students choose the teacher, but you are kind of restricted to teaching either languages or teaching English. Cambly is another one where students can choose you and you can kind of have free talk or teach specific type lessons depending on what the student is wanting to do with you. So you can see that these types of companies are really great options to diversify, to pivot, and maybe to start thinking about how could I teach something that I'm interested in online. Another exciting opportunity in the online teaching world is virtual teaching. So virtual teaching is basically teaching for a public or private school that is set up as a virtual school. So there are a number of these around North America, and it does take some research and some understanding of how these schools work and what they're looking for, especially when you are looking to apply. But basically you are able to teach, like 3rd grade online. And so students are around the world or around North America, and they are taking classes with a virtual teacher and you are part of a virtual school. So some of these schools require you to work in an office type situation, and some of the schools will allow you to work at home. So it's important to do your research. Many brick and mortar teachers around North America and the world really were plunged into essentially virtual teaching without much of a choice and very quickly. And so many of you who are my viewers will understand the challenges that go along with virtual teaching. But if you are interested in virtual teaching, you can check out sites like k12.com and go to their career section. I did some Google searches on, online public schools, virtual teaching in the US and Canada. It's a little bit hard to figure out exactly where to go to apply. It seems that it's probably best if you kind of know someone who's already doing it or who is kind of connected to these schools. But it is an option for you, and there are possibilities within virtual teaching across North America if you are interested in that. Okay, the final possibility that I want to discuss today in this video is something that I'm really excited about and exploring as well, is this idea of going solo. Basically removing the middleman and going independent, getting your own students, charging what you want, and developing a niche area of teaching. And so I think this is one of the most exciting possibilities if you are at a place of wanting to, get rid of the online ESL companies, get rid of the middleman, not have to pay somebody a percentage of your classes. And this is one of the biggest challenges with going independent, is finding the students, creating the curriculum, and figuring out a way of payment, especially if you're dealing with the Chinese market. But it is very possible to go independent. There are many online teachers who are doing this, and this has been kind of a trend that I've seen in the last 6 months of teachers who are just getting tired of the issues with online companies and the instability really of the industry right now. Although online teaching, I believe, is just in its infancy and it's growing, and there are so many different possibilities, as you can see, within online teaching, depending on what suits your lifestyle. It's not going anywhere, and I think going independent ultimately is going to be a great way to really build your online teaching business. I was able to find a company called Spitball. I find the name so strange, Spitball, but anyway, it is basically a platform that allows teachers to teach students. So if you go to their website, it says teach and learn live and in person. So there aren't a lot of teachers on here. You can see what it's like to register as a student or as a teacher, and you can even browse some of the teachers and their classes by clicking Start Learning. As I say, there are not that many teachers on the platform, but you can kind of see what folks are doing. I have just registered as a teacher with them, and I'm in the process of setting up some free courses and also some paid classes that I can offer to primarily to other teachers. So that's where I'm going to start. You could absolutely bring students, if you have students, onto this platform. They do not provide the students in that sense, so you need to do your own marketing, and if you have an audience, especially teachers, for example, you could absolutely offer classes for teachers and charge, you know, a rate that you feel is appropriate. You can also offer like webinars and free classes on here just to get people interested in following your profile. That's what I'm planning on doing on this platform, and I hope you join me. So if you're interested in learning more about the things that I'm... Truck driving by right now. Wait. So if you're interested in joining me and learning with me as well, with a lot of the things that I talk about on this channel, with, you know, getting hired to teach online, finding online teaching jobs, pivoting within your business and making more money, I'm going to be offering a lot of those classes on Spitball, and I would love for you to join me. So I'm going to put my information on how to sign up for Spitball below, and you can also eventually see the classes that I'm going to be teaching. I've heard a lot of teachers say, oh, I wish there was like an Outschool for adults. Well, I haven't really found something that amazing in terms of what Outschool offers for students, but this could be a really great option to go and learn from other teachers, you know, skills that they have or things that they want to share with people. So definitely check them out. All right, so that is some ideas for pivoting or moving forward in your online teaching business. We covered diversifying by adding another company. We talked about Outschool and marketplace type companies as well. I shared a little bit with you about virtual teaching. Although I'm not a virtual teacher, I do not have any experience with them, but they are an option if you are looking for that type of teaching. And lastly, we talked about going independent, going solo, removing the middleman, and offering classes to students that you want to teach. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. Again, hit subscribe if you are not already subscribed. I would like to see you again. I appreciate you joining me. I hope this was helpful. Please share it with anyone that you might think would benefit from this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.